What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode at Fit for Me Coaching Lab, where I'm bringing you honest, direct, and reviews of equipment that I pick up for my home gym. Let you know, guys, what I think, what honestly my honest, unfiltered, unbiased, because I spend my own money to get this. No company is sending me anything. This machine. This is the Mikolo GWMD or GMWD. It looks like this. That's what it looks like right here. Right. That's what this is. I bought it because when I saw it on their website, right? Because I actually I was looking at their other one that they have. They have a more commercial with like a hydraulic arm or something where you can adjust the weight where it's in the front, the middle, and the back. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to spend $1,000, right? If I'm gonna spend $1,000, I might as well go find a pre-owned commercial selectorized. I'm trying to be budget friendly, right? So I saw this one and I liked it because it had pop pen, the numbers were lasered, and looked a little bit more refined than my current one, which is the Lions Cool, which you can maybe see back there. The Lions Cool V4 Hamstring. And that one here, I'll show you guys. I'm not that I don't like it. I do like it, right? But sorry about that. A couple things I noticed with this one is that for some reason, whatever reason, this little end cap, slides off and on. So I noticed as I was using it, it started to come off and come off. I noticed that it leaves itself a little gap. And I reached out to Line School and say, hey, this is what I noticed. I noticed this is happening. And they're like, oh, just put a little adhesive in there. It should take care of that. All right. I really don't want to have to put adhesive on a machine because I just don't. I don't. Another thing was I tightened up the screws, so that made it better as far as there's less wobble. But what I noticed as well is that when I'm doing, let's say, a leg extension, right? When I'm doing a leg extension, if you can see that, right? That this right here, I noticed that started to bother me a little bit because the more I would do it, I would find myself doing them. So it's almost like you have to push yourself down into the seat, but it's unnatural to kind of push yourself down, right? I'm more so where I like to either grip here and kind of like pull myself down. But when I do, right, that little pivot of the tilt, I don't like it. I want to be more secure in the seat and make sure that, I don't know, it's just a personal preference. So anyway, also I noticed that with the one I just picked up, this whole thing right here, I think it has like 18 positions. And you'll see when I put it together. 18 positions where I can adjust this and get it further back, forward. This one has plenty of range of motion, right? And actually, I mean, plenty of range of motion. I can't go back I can go back a little bit further, but if I were to go back further, let me take my slides off. If I were to want to go back a little, which I don't think I need to, right? If I want to go back further to here, I hit this bar right here. There's a bar, which again, not a big deal, right? If I have my shoes on, I take my shoes off because if my shoes are on, I'm going to hit this bar every single time. So, a couple of minor things, nothing crazy, just very minor. So with that being said, that's why I picked up that one because I want to compare similar price. I think actually the same price point. I got it from Amazon. I want to say it was $418, but they had like $39 off or something like that. So absolutely, 100% same price. So I want to give that one a try. Also, and maybe it's just any plate loaded leg extension hamstring curl. On the hamstring curl, I feel like I lose resistance once I get to like the halfway point of the movement. It just goes away. And another thing I noticed is that what would help with that is that if I could add like a here. if I could add a band, oops, but there's no way for me to add a band, right? Then yes, your plates are going to kind of slide off as you do it. That's why I put the little stopper over there. I noticed that as well. But there's no way for me to add any kind of band to this to get that resistance curve, right? Which is what it is. Not a huge deal, but when doing hamstring curls, I just noticed that I lost resistance after maybe not 50%. Let's say 60% of through the movement. So that's why I picked this one up. So guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna come on back over here and we are going to put some machinery together. As always, guys, you guys see me do it from start till finish. It's gonna be the same thing, no different. So with that being said, we're gonna go through the unboxing, taking everything out the box, put everything together. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna go through some things, test it out, in the video, let you guys know what I think. And if you find value in this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. So let's get this party started. Alright guys, let's get into this build. So unboxing, everything came how it should. You're gonna see me a couple times go over and compare the size to the lines cool. The height of the pad is a little bit higher. The width of the back pad is a little bit higher. The width of the seat is huge. It's not as thick and as dense, but it is a huge seat. What you're gonna see here on the inside, I'm gonna show you guys how it was pretty much came in and everything was kind of put in the box. Honestly, it wasn't great packaging. It was just kind of thrown in the box, looks like. The padding was on top for the seat and for the cushion. Outside of that, everything else was kind of thrown in here. So you see me going through everything here, trying to get everything unboxed, get everything organized, because I like to make sure everything is here before I start really putting things together. Then I find out I'm missing a piece. Right here, guys, you see how it's kind of in the box. Nothing crazy. It's in the box, somewhat wrapped. So I got everything out of the box, kicked the box out the way. I want to show you guys this right here so you can see how clean this laser engraved numbers are. This is probably the reason why I bought this thing, because this is so nice. With the pop pen, this is so freaking nice. It has 25 adjustments. You're going to have to do a little bit of adjustment to use the lower numbers, like 2, 3, but nothing crazy. On this end, just going through getting everything set up. Nothing crazy for the organization of this, because everything is pretty straightforward. Most of the pieces are big. Good night, little man. Love you, buddy. You had a long day. Being 3-year-old is tough these days. But everything here is pretty much straightforward. Nothing insane. Getting all the bolts. Do yourself a favor. Use an impact drill. Actually, I had to switch from an impact drill to the socket because kids were going to sleep and I was in the basement in the vents. But grab the impact drill or a ratchet wrench. A ratchet wrench makes it a little bit hard. Makes it easier, but impact makes it so much easier. These right here you see me putting on, and these are the supports for the seat. Make sure you put these on the right way. Then pay attention to the directions of which one goes which place, because I almost put them on backwards. Thank God I double checked. This is just a support beam that goes underneath here. Now, this part I'm going to tell you, there's a support beam that goes across that connects the seat to the weight horn. Put that on at this point, because when I was going through the directions, I didn't see it, and I had to kind of loosen a couple bolts up to put it in there. But thankfully, I caught it and I did. But this right here is the time you want to put that support beam going across. As always, guys, I usually wait until I got sections together before I tighten anything up. I'll do hand tighten. Once I feel like I have the section that's supposed to be together, then I'll go back and tighten everything else up. I just feel like it's better that way in case something's not level, something's not even. If you tighten everything up from the initial beginning, you may run into the issue of having to go back, undo things, retighten things, and just save yourself more headache. Save yourself from more headache. So. Here's another piece of advice here, guys. Before you unbag everything, don't do it. Actually, you can unbag mostly everything, but every bag is numbered. More so the bearings that go inside of the leg roller, and some of the other ones that go inside. Some of the other little bearings that go inside of other pieces. Do not unbag those until it's time, because you're going to run into situations where it's going to tell you which bearing and you're not going to know which one it is if you throw away the bag. So you're going to be trying to match up sizes. Don't ask me how I know this, but keep them in the bag until it's time to actually install the actual bearings for some of these things. This is one of the ones that took a little bit more work, trying to line it up and put it in from the outside. Didn't really want to go at first, just about an alignment. I smashed my finger here at some point and it freaking hurt. It hurt pretty bad. Like getting that finger snap, smashing the door. That's what happened here. Smash finger in 3, 2, right there. Yep, it happened. It hurt. On this one right here, I made the mistake of putting the bearing in there beforehand when you need to put it in after, because there's a certain way you have to line it up on the inside. So I had to get the other bearing to kind of push it out and smack my finger again. Don't worry about that, keep going. But you want to put it in from the front or the back, it doesn't really matter, but just line it up first and then slide the bearing through it. It save yourself a lot of time and work, because you are going to be trying to rotate it so that it aligns correctly. You'll see a little indent where it's supposed to line up at on the weight horn holder. Now the seat, guys, the seat is where you can see these little brackets going across. Put those on before you put the seat on. Save yourself time, because those go on and then you attach it to the base. I think they're like B8, I think is what they're called. But make sure you put those on beforehand. It does not go over. It goes on the seat first and then attach them. The picture does not show you that, but you just got to figure it out. As far as the instructions go, guys, the instructions were all pictures and what pieces to use to attach them. There was no words, all pictures. So just got to be mindful of where things go and paying attention to what screws you're putting in. I thought I had like extra screws that didn't make sense, but it ended up being where it just gave me extra just in case. So everything else actually worked out pretty well. Now I got the seat pad on, which is looking pretty good. Right here, I noticed that the leg roller isn't as wide as the seat, which I will say I wish it was as wide as the seat. Just give yourselves leg more room, but so far I haven't had any issues with it. Here I'm just routing the cable. This part right here is where you want to actually adjust the cam to see how far back your roller is, and then that way you can line it up that way. So I actually have to go and loosen mine up to readjust my my cam so that I can get as many holes as I can use. Pause. Don't judge. This one I'm just trying to get the hand placement, because I actually switched the handle grips around. I didn't like my handles like this, so I switched them to where they go underneath. Well, not underneath, but where they're lower. So kind of turn them backwards, because that's usually how I'm going to grab my handles, underneath me. I don't like them being too far out in front. I like them being right there. So here it is, guys, the final product all put together. It is so nice. You're going to hear me say this in the review video here in a second, but it is so freaking nice. So freaking nice. The weight feels like the weight, and having those adjustment points are huge. You see a little wrinkle right there? That's the only thing I'm worried about. But look at these adjustments. Like, oh, that is so freaking nice. Way better than the Lions Cool, than the Rip Fit. But that is so nice on so many levels. Pop pin here as well. Adjustment points, you have up to 5 here. Or I think it's 6. And again, you may not use all 25, but they're there just in case you do decide to use it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Another video, another review, another full from start to finish. You just watched me put it together. It was a few things that came up along the way, but again, nothing major. But I want to get into this, and I will tell you right now, if you are comparing this to, I haven't tried the Rit Fit, but comparing this to the Lions Cool leg extension, this is by far better in every way. By far. Actually, there's one thing it's not better in. We're going to get into that. First and foremost, I will tell you, it may not seem like it's beefier, but it is. To me, it is better made than the Lions Cool. And I think one of the main things about this one that I'm going to show you guys is the lasered numbered for the pop pins, right? It is so smooth. It is so convenient to know what number you're at to see where you're going. And for reference, I'm 6'1", 230 pounds, 32 pounds, I think it is. And when I have to go into a hamstring, and I'll show you guys, when I have to go into a hamstring curl, I feel like I have to hop on a horse, right? But it is definitely, again, comparing the two, because I have the other one over there as well. But comparing them, this is, to me, better. But anyway, let's get into this one. So one of the things I will tell you, that after you get done putting it together, what you can notice, the padding is a little thin. It's a little thin. That's the one thing I'm worried about, is that after a few months of just using it over and over and over again, 2 times, 3 times a week, I'm worried that the seat padding is going to start to give away. Reason why I say that, because I did some test sets on it, and I noticed just off those few test sets that this started wrinkling up. But again, that's not a huge deal, but again, it can be a deal if it wears out too quickly, because again, the padding is not that high of quality. I will say that is the one thing that the Lions Cool has over this one, is the padding. But let's look at how large this seat is, right? Let me get behind here. Guys, look at how large this seat is on this one. The seat is ginormous. Very wide, very thin, but very wide, right? On this one, the one thing I wish, if it was one thing I had to pick apart about this, I wish that the leg roller was the same width as the seat. Maybe looks like maybe another inch and a half on each side. That's the one thing I wish the leg roller was a little bit wider, so it matched the width of the seat on that one. But outside of that, it's so smooth. When I say smooth, it is so freaking smooth. When we get into the pop pins, like let me adjust it here. Let me just take it off. Hold on. I'm gonna take it off here and just walk around with you guys. So when we get into the pop pins, guys, it is laser numbered, very clean all the way around, from 1 to 25. Will you ever use 23, 24, 25? I doubt it, but they're there if you need to. One thing I'll tell you about it is that when I got him to do the leg extension, I really couldn't get past probably I think it was 4. 1, 2, 3 was kind of like it was kind of impossible to get to because of where the support beam is right here. It made it really kind of impossible to get that far back. But I didn't really need to. But I just wanted to see what was possible. And then you also have the laser etch pop pins down here as well. 1, 3 to 7. Right? But super, super smooth. Now, I put mine together and it does, I think what it is they all have like that little give to it, which is not a huge deal, right? Handles, a little bit of a give, but nothing major. My handles, I put my handles opposite of how they should go. I know you guys probably saw me when I laid on it. You saw me kind of mess with the hand because I want to see, for me, how I usually like to grip the handlebars. This is what works better for me. I don't like mine being way in front. All right. But just giving you guys a walk around, it is a very solid unit. Very, very solid. I was actually surprised. Aluminum pulley, super smooth. I can't say how smooth it is enough. You guys I'm going to go through and you're going to see. Now, my plates I have a 45 and a 25 on here. So I have a 45 and a 25 bumper plates. Those are from Walmart, Wally War Special, everyday essentials, budget friendly. Now, we'll say another thing. This one, it came with a clamp. It came with a clamp put on the edge to hold the weights on there, right? Now, this one cannot be converted to a 1-inch plate holder, only 2 inches. The only one that this can hold is only 2 inches. So for most people, that's fine. But in case you do have a standard plate, this will not work for that. Just so you guys know. Again, very clean, guys. But we're going to get into a couple movements so you guys can see. And again, it is a lot bigger than the Lions Cool as well. I had to get kind of like figure out like how to get used to it because of how large it was. Right. So what we're going to do, we'll do leg extension. Another thing I noticed, which I love, which was one of my complaints after having Lions Cool for a little bit, is this right here. This end cap, this leg roller can't come off. On the Lions Cool, I noticed that after a couple times using it, it started rolling off. I mean, you start sliding over, right? I noticed that as well. But anyway, let's get into, I need to tighten this one up. If I don't need to, but yeah, I need to, hold on 1 second. Again, guys, I literally just finished putting it together. So there's some things I left loose because I wanted to make sure everything was correct before. There we go there. And there was this one. Bear with me, guys. Yep, it's just those two. I think it's all tightened up already. But we're gonna get the leg extension. so you guys can see as far as range of motion. Again, I'm 6'1". Then you'll also be able to see what I'm talking about with the seat. All right, 6'1". And also I'll show you guys the seat is actually laser numbered, so you know where you are. Actually, I'll show you right now before we go into this one. The seat is actually laser numbered as well, right? And sorry for the light, but you can kind of see right there. Oh. See right there, so you know what number you're at. It's 1 to 6, of course. All right, that's a cool feature to have, so you're not guessing, especially if you're working out with other people. You know what number you're at. If you're training clients, you know what number you're at. So it makes it a lot easier to make adjustments and keep track of things, right? So let's get into leg extension. Leg extension, pop pin again. This is so, I keep saying it's so smooth, but it is so smooth. Pop pin for me is probably going to go right about there. It can go back further. Again, it can go back further, but because of where the support bars are, you really can't get. Let's see. I'll take my shoes off. My shoes. Let's see how far I can get. Yeah, it's because what happens is it ends up hitting the roller. The roller hits the support beam, so you really can't get that far back. So it's kind of like, I understand why they have the numbers, but if you're not able to use those, why put them there? You know what I mean? Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Take this all the way down. Now let's go. Yeah, the furthest I can get is to number 4. First I can get, but that's too low for me. I usually would have mine probably about there, and then probably about there, right? So now I could probably adjust it to where I can get that. Yeah, because I could probably adjust this to where I can get that extra room. And I think I can adjust it to where I can probably get to number, right now I'm at 5. I can probably get to number 4. But for leg extension, this is like, it is so, I keep saying it, but it's so smooth to use. It has that pivot like the line's cool, but it's not crazy. Now, if I probably grip a little bit more, control the weight, it takes it away. I never really use the handles up here because I feel like I don't know, always grip underneath and pull myself into the seat. But super smooth, guys. That's 70 pounds and it feels so butter. So butter. Let's go hamstring curls. Now, hamstring curls is a little bit different because it's big. It's big. So, but the pop pin makes it so easy and smooth to adjust when you pull it out. I love that, where you can just adjust it and it pops where it's supposed to go. There's no trying to find out where it's supposed to be, but it pops right into place. So that is really cool for me. Let's go hamstring curls. But you can see how high off the ground it is. Like I'm 6'1". It's to my mid thigh, right? So I was kind of worried about this area right here at first, but after using it, I was like, oh, it doesn't bother me much at all. But again, I feel like I'm gotta climb up on a horse to get here. But again, I adjusted the handles for how I would like them. I feel when compared to the other one I feel the tension through the whole movement, and it's hardest at the top, if that makes sense. It's hardest at the top for me on this one. This is 70 pounds. So, that feels so good. Of course, it's not a selectorized, um, weight stack, but for a budget friendly option, you cannot beat this. Look at that. Come on. Come on. That's so nice. For a budget friendly option, you cannot beat it. So, actually, let me show you guys also what I meant when I said about the um, leg extension with the seats. All right, let's see if it shows. Not showing, but you can kind of see a little bit of the ripples. The way the material is starting to kind of bunch up just a little bit. That's my only worry I have about it, is that it may, after, I don't know, we'll see after a little bit of time, it may start to wear. But overall, guys, I would definitely recommend this over the Lion School. There is so many pluses and pluses with this one compared to that one. It's smoother. The seat is large. Like it says, you can do glute raise and all that kind of stuff. I'm using it for what it's supposed to be for. But the higher back pad, I can't speak enough about the laser etch numbering. That's probably the biggest thing that this one has, because you know what number you're at. You know what you need to make. Pop pins all the way down. Easy, smooth to adjust. And I mean, it's just overall, to me, for the same dollar amount, I think Amazon had it for $418, $39 off. So maybe like after tax was like $408, I want to say. But yeah, like I'm still having issues with that one, and they're still trying to tell me, oh, try this, try this. I don't want to try this. I don't want to put adhesive on here. I just want it to work how it should. And so that's why I bought this one, because that one's going back. And I was praying this one was going to be better. And I'm so glad it is. So glad it is. Because really, it only has one pivot point, or maybe it's two pivot points, but because they're all bearings on the inside, it pivots so easy and smooth compared to the Lion School. It has, I think, 2 or 3 pivot points, and they're all like, they're very shifty. The best way I can explain it. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for a leg extension hamstring curl machine, this by far, for me, unless somebody else comes out with a better one, I'll try that one as well. But this right here, for me, is hands down get it. I should have got one in red. I should have got with the red base, but I might spray paint the bottom of it. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I might paint it, or just change the pad cover. I don't know. Anyway, so, but yeah, definitely get it. I went through Amazon because I wanted to have that for sure. That was going to get shipped decent amount of time. And it was just going to be an all around good unit, and I don't want to have any worries about not being able to return it in case something happened and ship and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't see my review on the Lion School, go back and watch that one. You can see and do a comparison. Like I said, but this one is definitely a lot better of a unit. The only thing, again, I would say is the padding could use a little bit of work. If it had a little bit thicker padding, hands down, easy. But guys, hope you all enjoyed the video. And yeah, almost forgot. If you found value in this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to give you guys unfiltered, unedited, well, of course edited, but unfiltered, unbiased opinions on home gym equipment you can get for your home gym space without having someone over my shoulder saying, hey, give me a review, say this, say that. Now, this is pay my own money for it. Even if someone wanted to send me something, I'm still going to give a straight up honest review, because you're spending your hard-earned money and you're trusting that I'm going to give you an honest review. So again, if you found value in this video, go ahead, give me a subscribe, give me a comment. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Stay blessed.